At this passage, there is one event that sticks in my mind when I was still in primary school. We've always had visitors come to town, but this day was the first day for the first president of the country, President Amadu Aheju, was coming to visit the city of Bamenda. And during that time, I was leader of the Boys Brigade. It was a great day for me. I was dressed up with a nice Scottish cap, with a white shirt and a black and white tie, and a black pant. And one thing was lacking. I had silvers on. But it was a joyous day for me anyway. I looked at the way the streets were decorated from Bamenda Station coming down to Mancon, the entrance to the stadium where the president was. Everyone was excited. Everyone was dressed. There was a lot of colors in the stadium. People from various cultural groups. And then the maximum of it came when they had to present a gift to the president. There was this local man in the city. He played his guitar that is made by him and sang music, making some meaningful statements in his music, which nobody paid attention. He called himself artist. In those days, not very many people knew what it meant to be an artist. He painted things and around there, and carpenters and bricklayers thought, why can this man not go to work like us? And when that day came, and the president was sitting right there in the grandstand, this man, with the help of the authorities in Bamenda, he came closer and closer to the president and took a good look at him. And they walked him back. He disappeared in the crowd. And a few minutes later, he came back and presented a picture, the portrait of the president sitting where he was sitting in the stadium. And that was a great applause when the president made a remark and lifted the picture to the crowd. We have a second event that happened in Bamenda. The next president, President Biya, was visiting Bamenda during an agri show. Agri show is like the Texas Fair, but the difference is that the day the president visits that, everybody is there and everybody is trying to make the president notice them. One thing I observe at this agri show is that people bring various things that they have been working on in their life to compete with others who are doing similar things to see who is the winner. And on the day of the president's visit, people took the best out of what they have and presented to the president. And as the president went, people came giving him gifts, and the entourage were pushing them away, and they'll be forcing that the president should take their gift. My brothers and my sisters, in the Gospel of Mark chapter 11, we saw the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the Son of God, entering into Jerusalem, coming into the city where God's children worship. Jesus Christ coming into the city of Jerusalem. If you look at this writing, you look at pictures of drawings, we have noticed that when he entered Jerusalem, everybody was excited. The place was decorated. People who could not get to palm fronts to line up for the king to pass in between, remove their coats and spread them on the road for the president's donkey to walk on. People were excited that the king is coming. God is coming to visit with them. People were excited to see him, and they cheered. They made a lot of noise. My brothers and my sisters, it is easy for us to cheer when an important personality comes to our city. The question I have for us this morning is, how do you cheer when God visits you? Let me turn the question around. What if God was visiting you today? Do you have a clean record to come forward? Because in all these two stories I told you about the people coming to visit, those who came out were people who were clean. Those who did not pay their taxes will not bother to come out because they might meet with messengers on the road. The police might check for their paperwork. And when God visits us, there are so many things that we are afraid of. God might ask us, did you do the work I assigned you to do? God might ask us, did you remember to stay clean as it is required? God might ask us, did you forgive the person who offended you? And God might ask us, did you confess the sins you committed? Another important question God might ask us, did you repeat the sin that I rebuked you before? Jesus came into Jerusalem. There are a number of things I want you to put in mind. Jesus entering to Jerusalem reminded us of what we're supposed to do as Christians. Because the first thing we saw in Jesus' visit into Jerusalem was that he had authority. He came with authority. He gathered his disciples, he assigned them. So you go up to this location, he gave a specific place. So when you get there, you are going to find a donkey. And when you find that donkey, untie that donkey and bring to me. The disciples were a little bit scared. They might accuse us for stealing. The owners will arrest us for taking their donkey. And they turned to Jesus. What do we do if the owner is there? And the answer is, tell the owner the master needs it. and you will have it back. When God asks us to give him our time, undivided attention, do we struggle with that, or we just give? Let me encourage you today that if God asks for your devotion to him and you obey, you're going to have it back. We are not told in this passage when the donkey was sent back to the owner, but when Jesus says you will have it back, you're going to have it back.